.com under sponsors.
All right, Bill Clevlen from Bill on the Road returns to our national airwaves today to talk about his latest adventure, which has turned into a new book, The Ultimate American Music Bucket List, a travel guide for music lovers and road trippers. And here he is on that show hotline from St. Louis.
Hello, Bill. Nice to reconnect with you today.
Well, it's great to be with you. Good to hear your voice. How's it going?
Things are going well for us. Listen, here we are on a Saturday. Weekend is about to begin, so all good. So listen, I know you're in St. Louis. We're going to begin there because that's where you began your book with one of the most recognized pioneers of rock and roll. And, you know, it seems to be a good place for us to start, I think, Mary. Chuck Berry, let's talk that. He was born in St. Louis. Yeah. Share what Berry fans can enjoy there, Bill.
Yeah, Chuck Berry. So there's this really amazing statue, and probably just like you guys, when you take all these road trips and you see statues all over the place. The statue of Chuck Berry in St. Louis in the Del Mar Loop area, it is one of the coolest statues I have ever seen. It's so lifelike. And I say that it's like 8 feet tall. Of course, Chuck Berry wasn't like 8 feet tall, but it's just such energy. It's just this amazing statue, and it's right across the street from a place called Blueberry Hill. And Chuck Berry, as you mentioned, was born and then lived in St. Louis, and he had a great friendship with the guy that owns Blueberry Hill. And so, right up until his death, I think he lived about 90 years old. He performed there once a month in a place called the Duck Room, and the Duck Room, of course, named after that dance that he would, was known for doing across the stage. So you can jump into Blueberry Hill and then make sure you see that really awesome statue right across the street.
So fun. I've got the music in my head right now. Listen, we understand the book just came out this week, and we got a sneak peek at it. And just so our listeners understand, it's laid out with all kinds of categories. You cover Hall of Fames, music museums, statues like the one you just talked about, and many more, theaters, live music venues. One of my favorites, Bill, is the category of recording studios and labels. So the one that I would love for you to touch on is the iconic Capitol Records building in LA, and that is that big circular building. Why is it so famous? Please share.
Well, oh my gosh! I mean, everyone from Nat King Cole to Frank Sinatra to the Beatles recorded in that studio, and you can walk through it. Now, they do tours, but it is really, really rare that you'll get a chance to go in. But keep your eye out, because occasionally they will let the public go in and visit the recording studio. But even if you just are in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, in that area, you can't miss it. It's this beautiful circular building. It's got this really, you can't miss the tip of it. And in Morse code, there's something very special that flashes in Morse code. I'll make people get the book to figure out what the special thing is. Okay. It flashes in Morse code on top of the Capitol Records building. Right outside are the Hollywood stars for the Beatles, right outside of the Capitol Records building.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss that building when you're in L.A.
And, you're right,
so, maybe it's the history buff in me, but, I want to stay on the studio theme and talk a little Motown. Just like L.A. and just like, frankly, St. Louis, the show is being heard in Detroit right now. So I didn't realize that the building was still around and open to visitors. I want you to share with everyone listening. Maybe they don't as well. Our listeners in Detroit probably do. But, what they can enjoy when visiting Detroit right there on West Grand Boulevard.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the cool things about writing this book or any of my travel books, I want people to be able to have experiences. And one of the cool things you can do in Detroit is, as you mentioned, you can go into Hitsville, USA. You can go into the Motown studio. And what's really neat about those tours, Robert, is they'll take you into the studio where they recorded stuff like, My Girl or, any of the hits by the Supremes or Stevie Wonder, any of these great artists.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, all of them there, right?
Yeah, and they let you sing, okay? So you'll sing a little song in the Motown studios, and you can, check that off on your bucket list. Say you actually performed in Motown studios. And it's a really great tour. They do a really nice job, and it's completely open to the public.
So, Bill, this covers blues, bluegrass, country, rock, jazz, you name it. Would you agree that if this music was made in America, it's basically in your book? It looks like you've covered it all.
I tried to cover all of it. I'm sure I'll get emailed at some point, people telling me
you left this out.
I did one interview the other day, and somebody said, "Oh, did you get the Don Ho statue in Hawaii?" I said, "You know what? I may have left that one off the book. I'm sorry."
Well, listen, there could always be an epilogue, or you just have to get to the second edition.
Second edition, yeah.
That's right. We could update it down the road. But you're right. If it's American music, it's included in here. And even if you don't, follow all of these types of genres, they're still really cool to see. And just like me, when writing the book, you're going to learn a whole heck of a lot about.
Well, let me tell folks where they can go get the book, folks. Right now, again, the book is called The Ultimate American Music Bucket List, a travel guide for music lovers and road trippers. You'll find it at AmericanMusicBucketList.com, AmericanMusicBucketList.com. Bill, thanks for your time. I'm sure we'll talk again soon, okay?
Yeah, my pleasure. Have a great day. Thanks.
Yeah, take care. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
All right, Mary, we'll just hit the release on Bill. And,
a lot of fun.
There he is. Yes, he is.
Traveling around the U.S. to enjoy all of the diverse music we have. That's not a bad way to travel.
No, it's not.
All right, we're going to patch in Rudy for the next iBlock as we move from music to craft beers. And then Robert and I are going to return as we take you to the Children's Museum of Indianapolis for today's Museum Gallery.
Connect with America's #1 travel radio show as we cover everything and anything in the world of travel by following us at rmworldtravel.com. We'll be right back.
Wherever your travels take you,